Hey, welcome back to the channel again. Today we're going to discuss the Liverpool transfers, what they're likely to do, if they're going to try bringing in anybody new at all, which at the moment seems unlikely, but I think in this last week they probably will. Before we do that, please remember to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Let's start off firstly with the Zubimendi deal that was meant to happen and didn't happen, then was meant to happen and didn't happen. I don't know what happened here, really. I mean, Zubimendi is a very talented midfielder from Real Sociedad, and he looked like odds-on going to Liverpool. It was all set up, terms were agreed and everything else, and it looked like he was going to be rushed in by Liverpool. However, somehow, Real Sociedad managed to convince him to stay in Spain with them. And at the last minute, he just turned them back on them, like Sesko did with Arsenal. He decided that he was going to stay in Real Sociedad. So that was quite a surprise. He's a very talented player for Real Sociedad, probably one of their mainstays, one of the main players there, and it's worked very well for Real Sociedad. However, I'm sure Liverpool must be fuming because that he didn't take them up on their offer. Some people say he has lack of commitment. Other people say he's just very loyal to the club. So the club being the Real Sociedad, of course, but who knows? It's just the way it goes. Now let's move on to another player that hasn't signed a new contract yet. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Great, one of the best players in Liverpool. Very good. Makes some incredible runs down the wing. Made some very dynamic defensive cross balls from defensive areas. Very, very good player, Trent Alexander is. However, he still hasn't signed his contract, extension to his contract. A lot of people saying he's not going to sign it and he's going to wait to be picked up by Real Madrid in January. Now, maybe that happened. I personally think he's just holding out for an extremely good contract for Liverpool and just trying to make it work so that it works really, really well and that he has the best deal possible. But then again, you never know. He could go to Real Madrid in January. What about Van Dijk? Is he going to be around after one more season? I think he's not going to go out on transfer to another club this time round. But this time next year, I could see him moving. I think the actual club will look to get him moving as well. He's not the player he used to be. Still very talented, still very strong, but he's not the player he was 3 or 4 years ago. So I think give him probably another year within the Liverpool ranks. Coming also to Mohamed Salah, there's all this talk about him going to Saudi Arabia. It's not going to materialise this time around. He's definitely at Liverpool for another season. As we saw the weekend, dynamic. And he's just a killer when he's in front of goal. He just gets all the goals without any problems. And he's just so good at what he does. A lot of people say this will be his last season and he'll move on then. There's a lot of talk on that. A lot of people said he said that. But that's all hearsay. I personally think we're definitely staying for another season, and then he'll probably look at his future and decide what he's going to do. He might stay in Liverpool and become a complete legend at Liverpool and be there for another 2 or 3 years. Who knows? But he's already a legend at Liverpool, let's face it, with all his goals and all his medals and so forth. How about Darwin Núñez then? Now, Darwin Núñez, goodness me, one of the most overrated attackers all round. I mean, he's got some dynamic pace and he's very skillful running towards goal, but he is brought as an attacker and he's not the greatest goal scorer. He got 11 goals last year and he's not really truly an attacker. I mean, a lot of people giving Havertz a lot of aggravation for only scoring 14 goals last year for Arsenal. But he's in the Premier League, where Darwin Núñez, at 85 million year before, Havertz was bought for 65 million, has only scored 11 last year, 11 goals in the Premiership. For all the different cups and things, around 18, but the actual Premiership goals was only 11 last year. So he's got to improve drastically. I personally think Jota's much better than him. I love all the way Jota plays. He's very dynamic, and if he wasn't injured so much, he would have scored a lot more goals than the 11 he did score as well for Liverpool last season. I can see Jota scoring in this season probably between 18 and 20 goals. He's that talented. As long as he doesn't get injured, he'll definitely be doing that. People are also saying that Alisson's probably looking to move next year, and they're trying to get another goalkeeper to replace him. Alisson's probably one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, and I don't know. I don't see him moving. I'd be very surprised even if he did go next year. I think he's quite happy where he is at Liverpool. I don't see him moving next year. I'll be very surprised about that. You got Gakpo as well. Was brought in last year. He's played pretty well. He's not scored as many goals as they would like him to score. Diaz looks much better, much more in form this season in the games before the season started, and he looks much more sharper. So the actual team is still as solid as it is with Robertson and also the youngsters which are coming through. However, who are they going to buy? Who are they going to buy? We don't see any information about new signings. Doesn't look like there's anybody even in this last week that's really looks like is going to be bought in by Liverpool, unless there's going to be a few shock signings over the next week or so. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this, on any of the players for Liverpool. Let me know if you think some of them are going to be sold in the next week, or if Liverpool can bring some other players in, and put it in the comments below. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.